Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to go through a freeze-dried option from Good to Go Kale and White Bean Stew. I haven't really done much with these yet, but out at REI and got 2 or 3 of these particular ones among a few others. So this is a 2-serving pouch. They also have the 1-serving pouches. This particular pouch would combine up for 720 calories. There's the nutritional ingredient list thing, and there's the actual ingredient list thing, which is pretty low on ingredients, which is nice. Which they even point out. Notice how many you can pronounce. So not a ton of extra preservatives and all the things that keep these for so long. However, that does mean that your best by date is going to be somewhat lower, and this one is good until, well, conceivably good until 2021. Now they could go longer, but you know, manufacturers like to be a little conservative, but at the same time, it's always good to at least check and have a backup plan if you are up to those dates. So I have a guest with me today. We have Erica, and if you'd like to give a little wave. So she has never tried Ration or a freeze-dried anything or any of that sort of stuff, have you?
No, not at all, actually.
She was asking me what that is. That's the oxygen absorber. They put those in there as a desiccant.
Oh, like a silica packet.
Yeah, so
Don't eat that.
exactly. And you generally don't want to boil it in there either, or cook it with it, but I have accidentally done that a few times. That smells interesting. How's that smell to you?
Oh, I like it. I'm trying to think of what that smells like.
I was kind of initially thinking like, I mean, it definitely smells salty, and it kind of smells like...
It smells like ramen.
Yeah, kind of like a ramen or maybe even like broccoli, but I assume,
Yes.
you know, the kale kind of gives it that sort of smell. Now this calls for, what, 750? Yeah, 750 milligrams of boiling water. Now, as you guys are all very much aware, I like to kind of add what I want. And again, just as a general precautionary thing, you can always add more, but you can't really take it away once you put it in. And as this is supposed to be a stew, I would probably want it to be slightly more soupy. But as always, I would add about half the water you think it'll take, let it thicken up, and then if you want it less thick, because even right now it's getting about the consistency of like salsa verde. It's kind of what it reminds me of right now. But if you want to add more, you can add more. And I am, because I want more of a soup. But if you add too much, you can't really take it away. So we're going to let this set for, you know, anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes. And because this contains beans, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for beans and rice to reconstitute. But we'll zip top that back up. Also a nice feature to have the zip top. And you know, it kind of flares out so you have a little bit of stand. But we'll let that sit for a little while, reconstitute, and come back and give Erica her first taste of a freeze-dried meal. And my first taste of this particular brand, so be right back. So I did go back and put more water. I'm probably just, I don't know, I'm definitely over the 750, I think. But when I opened it up about 10-minute mark, it was very, very thick. It really does look like salsa verde. So if that's your thing, that's cool. And I know, you know, technically it's supposedly considered a stew, which can be a bit thicker than a soup, but I kind of want a little bit more soupy. Still smells great, but let's open her up here and look at the bag. And I will slop some soup on my tray, which I probably should have a bowl, but that'll be fine. Doesn't that look so appetizing?
Everybody wants it.
Well, if the smell's any indication, we should be in for something at least mildly good. All right, get your spoon in there. It's probably hot, so don't burn your mouth, please. All right.
Really hot?
It's not very hot. You should go for it. So, definitely get the kale. The beans aren't, the beans are not mushy. They could maybe go just a little bit longer for most people, but they're not horrible. But again, probably could go a little bit longer. I'm getting the carrot. It's a very kind of mild taste, honestly. Like, it could probably do with maybe a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, which is crazy because there's a ton of salt in this already. There's a lot of sodium in these.
I agree.
But salt, pepper, if it were me, maybe a little Tabasco sauce just to give it, something a little different.
I was going to say crushed red pepper.
Or crushed red pepper. Yep, there you go. So yeah, something maybe a little spicy.
I guess that's what I want in like a bean. In a bean, whatever. I want some kick.
If it has beans, it needs kick, huh?
Yes.
But it's not bad.
No,
I mean,
it's pretty good.
Maybe they could put some corn in it.
That would be wonderful. Yeah. I mean, corn, what, reconstitutes? Is that our word? Reconstitutes pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, but as far as some of the other spices they're talking about, like the fennel and the thyme, I do get fennel. I don't necessarily know if I'm really detecting a lot of thyme.
I think I'm getting the thyme.
I'm getting thyme.
Yeah.
I can definitely taste the fennel though. But yeah. I mean it's decent. I think this is one of those things like if you don't really care for kale though, you're probably not going to care for it. But it's hearty. It's going to be reasonably protein rich with your beans. Fibrous, which is something that a lot of folks on trail don't necessarily think about as fiber. And reasonably free of all the junk that you kind of get in some of these rations. Of course, the only thing you have to take into consideration is it's not going to last as long. It's not going to last you 10 years. But makes a decent soup. With a couple additions, it would be very good. But if you're out on the trail, you get over 700 calories. And, something that's really quite different from all the rest of the freeze-dried things out there. So, but the real question is would you ever try another one?
Oh, sure. I mean, this one was good. I mean, I don't think I'd eat this at my house, but
Yeah.
if it were between this and a granola bar, I'd probably go for this.
There you go.
So
We'll have to get you back on for another one. It's fun to see how people react to this sort of stuff, and I've eaten a lot of junk, so. But anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed the ration here, and maybe give it a try. They tend to have these on sale online, Amazon, REI, things like that from time to time, so it'd be an interesting thing to pick up. And then they also have some single serving rations as well, and kind of if you wanted to just get into one and not have as much food or whatever, just to try, maybe that's a good route. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Definitely appreciate you guys hitting that button. I know it takes a lot of effort. But if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button. We tend to put out a video every week, sometime during the weekend. If you enjoyed yourself, hit the like button and leave a comment and I will get back to you. But anyway, we'll catch you down the road. See ya.